It's going to be Eckert, Anthony Platt on the front row in that 99 and the 19. Green flag in the air. Snapchat me. As Eckert leads him down into turn number 1. He has the advantage over Anthony Platt. Then you see the 52 of Brendan Priest right now in that yellow and blue machine. Brendan Priest looking to the outside of Anthony Platt as they race into turn number 3. Still side by side. Looks like Brendan Priest is going to be able to clear him. Now he's got the 99 of Adam Eckert at his sights. Right now, following Eckert's tracks through turns 1 and 2. It's still Eckert showing the way off of turn number 2. See Tyler Merle, he's going to try to make his move underneath the 19 of Anthony Platt. Almost lost position to the 55 of Alexis Gann. Gann right now trying to hold off the 51 machine of John Priest. She's going to lose that spot. Move her back to the 6th spot. Almost goes 3 wide with Ken Young and Steve Moriarty in that 15 and 17 machine. Out front, it's still Adam Etcher in the 99 machine, followed by the 52 of Brendan Priest. They got a 3-car battle right now for third between Tyler Merrill and the 88 car, trying to hold off the 51 of John Priest and the 19 of Anthony Platt, as Merrill just got around Platt for that 3rd spot. Now Platt side by side with John Priest in the 51. They're still side by side for the 4th spot. Priest down low. He's going to complete the pass and move John Priest, the follower to Brendan Priest, who's in 2nd right now. So John Priest moves up to 4th. Right now he doesn't appear to be done. He looked down the inside with the 88 of Merrill, trying to complete that pass. 4th, 3rd, but Merrill able to hold him off of a turn number 4 right now with a 3-car length advantage. As now we got a battle for the lead. See Brendan Priest looking to the inside of Eckert. You see the lap car of Aaron Harrison going to get in the way, though. Use Harrison as a pick. That's going to help the 99 of Eckert out. So Adam Eckert is still your race leader over Brendan Priest. Then you got Tyler Merrill trying to hold off the 51 of John Priest. Now they're side by side once again for the lead, with Brendan Priest and Adam Eckert. Priest now down low in that blue and yellow number 52 machine all over the back of the 99. Those two drivers, they have a straightaway advantage right now from the 3rd place battle as they got 1 car off the pace. That's the 55 Alexis Gann. Caution flag will fly here in our main event for the AMA Mod Lights. So green flag back in the air, 13 laps to go for Adam Eckert. See if he can hold off Brendan Priest, who was all over the back of him. And then you see Tyler Merrill trying to hold off John Priest as well in that 51. See what John Priest has now. He has the leaders in his sights. Right now he's by himself in 4th spot. Just got around Anthony Platt as the top 6 drivers. They've broken away single file. Then you got a battle right now for the 7th spot between the 95 of Colin Bender trying to hold off the 15 of Ken Young. Those drivers continue to race side by side. Now battle for the 3rd spot. See John Priest looks to the inside of Tyler Merrill. He's going to make quick work of him as they race down the back straightaway into turn number 3. So move John Priest in the 3rd, right behind his son, Brendan Priest, in the 52 machine. Of course, that yellow and blue number 52 was the car that John drove last year for the majority of the season, trying to work his way around his son and get by him. So we were halfway home in tonight's main event. Now Brendan Priest looks down the inside of the 99 of Eckert. As still Adam Eckert showing the way right now over Brendan Priest. They got John Priest in 3rd, Merrill, he's 4th, followed by Steve Moriarty in the 5th spot. 6th right now is the 19 of Anthony Platt. 7th is going to be Colin Bender in the 95 machine with Ken Young in 8th, followed by the 14 of Josh Rivera and the 96 machine of Hayden Bender, rounding out your top 10. see the lap car of Aaron Harrison getting in the way once again of your leaders. Say to make a pretty evasive move down the front straightaway off of turn number 4 to get by her, but it's still Adam Eckert out front right now by about 3 car lengths over Brendan Priest as they race through turns 3 and 4. Now Aaron Harrison going to take her car to the pits, so her night is done here tonight's Total Still Mod Light main event. The top 2 drivers continue to race. It's about a car length advantage now. Does the 99 of Eckert have over the 52 of Brendan Priest as they race past the stripe? See the 26 of Eric Muse goes off the racetrack in turn number 2. We stay clean, we stay green. So Muse gets his car refired right out in front of your leaders right now as they race through turns 3 and 4. But both drivers able to clear the lap car of Muse as Brendan Priest now is going to look down the inside of your leader, that 99 machine of Eckert, not able to make anything happen through turns 1 and 2. As still Eckert showing the way. Those two drivers, they've broken away from third place. John Priest, who's by himself right now with Tyler Merrill in fourth, and Steve Moriarty by himself in fifth. Anthony Platt in sixth. Those top 6 drivers, they've broken away from the 15 of Ken Young and the rest of the field. As right now, heavy lap traffic here with your leader of Adam Eckert and John Priest. Right now, drivers being shown the move over flag as these drivers are slicing and dicing the lap traffic. It's still Eckert, though, out front. Brendan Priest in the second spot. Right now, behind that number 9 of Hamill, looked like Priest was going to try to go side by side with him. Thought twice about it. Didn't want to get picked off like he did earlier with Mark Hamill down the inside. So those drivers continue to work over the lap traffic. Just have one more car to clear. That's the 69 of Kunkis as both drivers get by him off of turn number 2. Still racing hard. White flag will be out this next time by. It's Adam Eckert in the lead, followed by Brendan Priest. Looks like white flag will be out next time by. 2 laps to go. Does Brendan Priest have anything for the 99 of Adam Eckert? As they race off at turn number 2. It's still Eckert with about a half car length advantage. Now Brendan Priest look to the inside. You're not able to make anything happen. He's going to have to go down to the bottom as the white flag's out in the air. Looks like Priest going to try the high side one more time through turns 1 and 2. Eckert right now up front by yourself trying to shut the momentum away from Brendan Priest. They're still side by side now off of turn number 2. Brendan Priest, can he hold on off of turns 3 and 4? As they race off of turn number 4, it's going to be Priest with the last lap pass. Getting unbuckled and the Honda right off. All right, race fans, here he is, Brendan Priest, your main event winner. Gets a hug from his father. And, well, Brendan, come on around here. Battling the lap traffic there and the leader. You thought twice about making that move. Didn't want to get stuck in a box like you did earlier in the race. And tell us about that last lap pass.
I knew I could get him on the outside if I just kept my foot into the metal. But, he's a good racer. He raced me clean the whole time. Lap traffic just kind of messed him up. Was able to get around him. That's it.
And you got any sponsors you'd like to thank for making the pull out here and coming home with this victory here tonight?
Johnny's Roofing, Maverick Kitchens, AMA Mod Lights, Super Duty Headquarters, everybody else on the car, and the fans for coming out and watching us. And that's about it.
All right, great racing tonight. Great way to start the season. Congratulations once again, Brendan Priest. The number 90 is Ty Warner. Inside row number 2, the number 54F, that's Guy Fight. He's going to be joined alongside the 22X of Richard Villerud. Inside row number 3 in the 07, that is Terry Hill with the Z28 of Ty Widener to his outside. Row number 3 is going to line up with your defending Pure Stock champion, Chris McCurdy Jr. in the 23 JR and the 6 of Michael Reitzman. Inside row number 5 with a heat race win already in that 5M is Zach Madrid and the 92P of John Parmalee. Inside row 6 in the 68V, that's Joe Vlacity and the 101 BC of Bryson Curry. Messed up. That's Bryson Curry. And racing in tonight through the B main. Inside row number 7 in the 21M is Matt Martinez with the 64X of Vance Honey, along with the 04B of Michael Humphreys and the 77 of Danny James in row number 8. And in row number 9 is going to be the 6S of Kyle Salo and the 4 of Justin Bishop. Getting ready for the green flag at the cone. 20 laps is going to be the distance. And the green flag's in the air from Rowdy Briggs. They race into turn number 1. And off of turn number 2, Ty Warner with the early advantage. And then you got Chuck Thornton. He's in second, followed by Guy Fight. Going to be 4 wide back there for the 4th spot. See Chris McCurdy Jr. off on the tires along with Ty Widener. They're going to both go by Terry Hill and Richard Villerud and the 22X machine. So 4 wide off of turn number 2. Now Ty Widener looking at the inside of Guy Fight in that 54 machine. And here comes Chris McCurdy Jr. as well. So we wider into third. Here comes Chris McCurdy Jr. going to go side by side with Fight into turn number 3. Got one car spinning around. That's Danny James in the 77. We stay caution-free, though, as Danny James gets his car back under power. It's still Ty Warner out front over Chuck Thornton. Ty Wider, he's in third, followed by Chris McCurdy Jr. now in fourth, as Guy Fight's trying to hold off Terry Hill. Hill with a bit of a bobble off at turn number 2. That's going to bunch up the field, while Joe Vlassi to go past Villa Road Madrid and Hill. As Chris McCurdy Jr. down the very far inside of the tires there in turns 3 and 4. Trying to chase down Ty Widener, is all over the back bumper of Chuck Thornton right now for second. Chuck Thornton trying to hold off Ty Widener. Widener right now looking down low as they race through 3 and 4. It's still Warner out front, but here comes Ty Widener. Look to the inside of Thornton. Still side by side, those two drivers racing into turn number 1. We got one car around. That's the 6S of Kyle Salo. Looks like the caution flag will not come out as we stay green here at Canyon Speedway Park. So Ty Weiner now moves himself into the second spot over Chuck Thornton. Chris McCurdy Jr., he's in fourth, with Guy Fight in fifth, trying to hang on that fifth spot over Joe Vlasity. Then you got a big gaggle of cars coming off at turn number 4. So Ty Warner right now, the number 90 machine, he is your leader. Getting ready to start lapping cars. See Danny James and Kyle Salo out there at the tail end of the lead lap, as Chris McCurdy Jr. now trying to work his way underneath Chuck Thornton. That's a battle for the third spot as they race up at turn number 2. It's Chuck Thornton right now by about a nose over Chris McCurdy Jr. as they race through turns 3 and 4. Oh, we got one car around in turn number 2. That's the 92P of John Parmalee. Another one is stalled. That is the 21M of Matt Martinez. So yellow flag is out for our first yellow flag of tonight's main event. Ty Widener chose the outside line for this restart with Chuck Thornton down to the inside. It is Ty Warner in the 90 in the lead. Ty Warner won all the pure stock races during our winter challenge, trying to pick up where he left off here in tonight's pure stock main event. As they race off at turn number 2, it's Ty Warner. Now Ty Widener able to clear the double X machine of Chuck Thornton. Now Joe Vlassi, he's in the 4th spot over Chris McCurdy Jr., who's in 5th. Now side by side, you see Ty Widener look to the inside of Ty Warner, now to get it done as they race through turns 1 and 2. It's still Warner over Ty Widener. Off at turn number 2, Widener, though, able to take it side by side by about half a car length. Not able to do anything with Warner, though, as Warner continues to lead through turns 3 and 4. One car around in turn number 1 and 2. That is Kyle Salo in that 6S. He gets the car refired, though. We stay clean. We stay green here at Canyon Speedway Park. Now see contact being made between Widener and Warner as they race side by side off of turn number 2. Ty Widener down low in the Z28. Ty Warner, he's up top in that number 90 machine. Give the position to Widener off of turn number 4. Brand new race leader here. It is Ty Widener. Now Ty Warner going to look down the inside. They're going to go past the lap traffic. The 6S of Salo. More contact made down off of turn number 2. So Widener right now out front over Ty Warner. Those two drivers still racing very close to each other as we're halfway home tonight's main event for the Pure Stocks. And you got Chuck Thornton in 3rd. Battle for 4th now heating up between Joe Vlasity. He has that 4th spot, but Chris McCurdy Jr. in 5th. He wants it. But Joe Vlasity able to hold off Chris McCurdy Jr. right now by a car length advantage. Does Vlasity have over McCurdy for the 4th spot? Now he's reeling in the double X machine of Chuck Thornton. Now he's going to give him the bumper as they race into turn number 1. Out front, it's still Ty Widener over Ty Warner. Widener now going underneath the lap car of Terry Hill. Terry Hill way all off the pace, who was running the top 10 early on in tonight's main event. Now he finds himself getting a lap down as Chuck Thornton trying to hold off Joe Vlasity. Chris McCurdy Jr. car breaks loose off of turn number 4, able to gather the car back up though and race down the front straight. Now Vlasity looks underneath Chuck Thornton for 3rd. So great racing happening all over the racetrack. See Zach Madrid in that 5M. He's racing his way up through the field. He just made the move up to the 7th spot. Now trying to chase down Vance Hone for 6. See if he can't crack the top 5. And that's where you see Chris McCurdy Jr. trying to work over Joe Vlasity and Chuck Thornton as we have a battle for the lead right now. Ty Warner down the inside of Ty Widener. We got one car going around right in front of your leaders. That's Danny James. Yellow flag will fly. Ty Warner ends up going around as Danny James all over the racetrack right now. Actually hits the inside retaining wall tires. As those drivers are battling for the lead, Danny James spins out right in front of him. Weiner went up high. Warner was going to go down low before Danny James drove down there, took away his line. And we will see where they line them up at. Joe Vlasi's going to be down the inside, and then you got Chris McCurdy Jr., Vance Honey rounding at the top 5-6. That's going to be Zach Madrid there on the inside of Bryson Curry, I believe. It's 13 laps in the books, 7 to go. And the green flag's back out. Ty Warner leads the field down on a turn number 1. Joe Vlasi trying to get past Chuck Thornton. And into that second spot, they're still side by side for second as Ty Weiner out front by himself. They see 3 wide back behind him. See Vance Honey goes way off the racetrack in turn number 2. Zach Madrid, Bryson Curry, they both go down trying to pass Vance Honey. Curry got by as Zach Madrid trying to reel him back in. Now it looks like Madrid's going to go past Honey, race his way into the 6th spot. As it's Chuck Thornton still in second right now over the 68 via Joe Vlasi. You see Chris McCurdy Jr. right now in 4th, followed by Bryson Curry having a great run here tonight in the 5th spot with Vance Honey and Zach Madrid racing side by side for 6. Madrid down low in that 5M machine, followed by Honey. And here comes Ty Warner up to the 8th spot. See if he has enough time. We're probably going to need some help with some caution flags if he has anything for the Z28 of Ty Weiner, who's by himself out front over Chuck Thornton, Joe Vlasi, Chris McCurdy Jr., and Bryson Curry. Top 5 drivers now single file. Now the top 6 single file as Ty Warner just went around Vance Honey for 7th, trying to race past Zach Madrid for 6th. Now side-by-side action for the 3rd spot. See Chris McCurdy Jr. looks underneath the 68 via Joe Vlacity. Looks like he's going to take the spot away from him. A little contact maybe between Vlacity and McCurdy as McCurdy looks to the inside of Chuck Thornton. Still side-by-side through turns 1 and 2 is McCurdy and Vlacity. McCurdy down low, Vlacity up high in the 68 V, that white and red machine. So they race side-by-side through 3 and 4. Still no clear-cut advantage for either driver. Now it's going to be Chris McCurdy Jr. finally taking over that 3rd spot away from Joe Vlasi as Ty Warner has stalled out a little bit trying to get past Zach Madrid. Now Chris McCurdy Jr. looks down the inside of Chuck Thornton. So the white flag flies. Might be too little too late for Chris McCurdy Jr. as Ty Weiner is going to see the white flag. Chris McCurdy Jr. is going to get past Chuck Thornton. We got 2 drivers going around and turns 3 and 4. It's Vance Honey and Zach Madrid. Yellow flag will fly. McCurdy Jr. Widener hasn't been to victory lane here at Canyon Speedway Park since late in the 2012 season. And we'll see if Chris McCurdy Jr. has anything for him. McCurdy starts right behind him. Going to cut off Chuck Thornton. Try to go side by side with him as the green and white come out. It's Widener right now. Then Chris McCurdy Jr. racing hard into turn number 1. Chuck Thornton underneath him. McCurdy, though, slams the door on Chuck Thornton. Now allows Joe Vlacity and Ty Warner to move by. So Warner with a great comeback. Bryson Curry's going to go around on the back straightaway, but the checker flag's going to fly for Ty Widener over McCurdy, Vlacity, and Warner. Car Ty Widener, tonight's main event winner for the Pure Stocks. Get the helmet off. All right. You can wear it as a headband, Ty. We won't judge you out here. Yeah. And congratulations, good job. Great battle going on between you and Ty Warner there and for that lap car went around there in turn number 4. Were you happy to see that, or did you want to keep racing, Ty?
Well, I would have liked to kept racing. And then the yellows there at the end sure put some stress on me. I didn't know who was behind me, so I did everything I could to, not loop it, as I almost looped it over there, and somebody could have capitalized on that because that was a major mistake. So
yeah, you had last year's champion pounding on you there those last couple of restarts, but you were able to hold him off. And how's it feel like coming out here first race of the season and getting the points?
That's a good one. It's always good to win the first one, and the competition here is so stiff. All these guys could win on any given night. So we got lucky and put it in the front tonight, and just want to say thanks to all the crowd for coming out. And also thanks Bill Knobloch from Challenger Race Engines. Puts together a really nice motor for me. So thanks, Bill. And thanks to my beautiful wife for helping. And Richard Kern, my pit guy. Thank you.
All right, and thank you very much, Ty Widener, for coming out tonight. And congratulations once again, your main event winner tonight's Pure Stock main event, Ty Widener. Yeah, excuse me, there had a bit of a cough. On the pole in the 41, last year's champion is going to be Colton Hardy, along with last year's non-wing champion, Dustin Cormany. Inside row number 2 in the 77, that's Aaron Miller with David Tardif to his outside. Row number 3 in the number 9 is Garrett Gilkey with the 4 of Ryan Walter. Inside row number 4 is going to be the 24 car, Pat Wing. And to his outside in the 55 is going to be Greg Pritz. Inside row number 5 in the 6 is going to be Dave Van Ness with the 53 of Joe Pritz. With the 101 of Jim Brandon in row number 7 along with Dave Furno on the outside. Row number 8 is going to line up with Kenny Hilton on the inside and the 94 of Cassie Klinke to his outside. And in row number 8 in the 7, that is going to be the 7 of Mason Kiefer alongside the 15T of Tracy Simmons with Jarrett Martin, Kyle Huttenhow, and Travis Sellers all racing their way in through the night's B main event. So the field comes to the cone, getting ready to go green. Colton Hardy, Dustin Cormany lead him down in turn number 1. So Colton Hardy takes the early advantage. See, Dustin Cormany is going to lose a spot to Aaron Miller, as well as Garrett Gilkey moved back to the 4 spot. Now Cormany trying to race his way back up through the field. Look down the inside of Garrett Gilkey into turn number 3, and able to make anything happen. You see the 55 of Greg Pritz way up the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. It's still Colton Hardy showing the way over Aaron Miller. Garrett Gilkey, he's 3rd. Justin Cormany continuing to fall back. Going to lose another spot to Ryan Walter as Walter pulls up side by side. Trying to move Cormany back to the 5th spot. Back behind those drivers, though, for 4-6, it is Dennis Carrier taking over that spot from Pat Wing. Carrier in that number 2 machine over the 24 of Pat Wing. And here comes Dave Van Ness in that yellow and black, number 6. They got Dave Tardif right now in 8th. We got a couple cars balled up in turns 1 and 2. That's the 55 of Joe Pritz and the 101 of Jim Branham. Both those drivers continue on as Colton Hardy continues to show the way. Has about half straightaway length advantage over Aaron Miller and the 9 of Garrett Gilkey as Dustin Cormany trying to hold off Ryan Walters. Here comes Dennis Carey in the 2. We got a couple of cars. One car upside down to see Kyle Huttenhow. And I believe that's the 101 of Jim Branham involved as well. Do it off of these. That's 1, 2. All right, so green flag back in the air for Colton Hardy. He has Aaron Miller behind him right now trying to hold off Garrett Gilkey. Dustin Cormany looking very racy now as Garrett Gilkey looks to the inside of Aaron Miller. Cormany right now going to try to do the same. Try to get past Aaron Miller for that 3rd spot as Miller now battling side by side with Gilkey off of turn number 4. Miller trying to take that spot back, not able to make it happen. So move Miller back to 3rd. Cormany still in the 4th spot trying to hold off Dennis Carrier. Carrier, though, going to go by him for 4th. So move Cormany back to 5th. Out front, it's still Colton Hardy showing the way in that number 41 machine over Garrett Gilkey. Now Aaron Miller looks down the inside of Garrett Gilkey as they race through turns 1 and 2. It's Miller and Gilkey still side by side. Now Miller's going to take it over. Here comes Dennis Carey, that number 2, looking very strong here tonight. A little contact between him and Garrett Gilkey. Gilkey's going to go up the racetrack, lose a handful of spots to Cormany, Walter, and Dave Van Ness now battling side by side with Gilkey. Now Dennis Carey looks underneath the 77M of Aaron Miller, so move Dennis Carey into that 2nd spot. See if he can't chase down your leader, Colton Hardy, in that 41 machine. So it's Colton Hardy right now out front, followed by Dennis Carrier. They got Aaron Miller in 3rd, followed by Ryan Walter. He's in the 4th spot. Dustin Cormany's in 5th. Dave Van Ness, Garrett Gilkey running 6th and 7th. Kenny Hilton, he's 8th. 9th being Pat Wing as Dave Tardif rounds out the top 10. 11th going to Cassie Klinke. Jim Branham, he's in the 12th spot with 13th being Tracy Simmons. Travis Sellers is in 14th. 15th, Jarrett Martin with Dave Furno in 16th. And Mason Kiefer is 17th. And here comes Colton Hardy trying to chase down Mason Kiefer, put him 1 lap down as they race off at turn number 4, halfway home tonight's main event for the mini sprints. Not a lot of changing going on between the drivers. See Dave Van Ness now pulling away from Garrett Gilkey, trying to chase down the 14 machine of Dustin Cormany. So they race off at turn number 2. Dustin Cormany, that black number 14 car, a carbon fiber car for him this year. So he's trying to chase down the 4, Ryan Walters, right now as they race off at turn number 4. Walters in that purple and white number 4 machine. Dustin Cormany up high in that number 14 black car as they race off at turn number 2 side by side. Battle going on right now for the 4th spot. Move Dustin Cormany up 1 over Ryan Walters. Walters back to 5th. So Dennis Carrier trying to chase down Colton Hardy, who's already in lap traffic. He went around Kiefer and Dave Furno off of turn number 4. It's still Hardy right now showing the way as Dennis Carrier trying to race his way through this lap traffic. As soon as he gets past Dave Furno, has clear sailing up ahead before they get to the next group of cars, which is Jarrett Martin, who's trying to battle Tracy Simmons right now. Battle going on for the 15th spot. A yellow flag will fly. Turn number 2. We got one car stalled up on the tires. I believe that's the 42 car of Kenny Hilton. See the neon numbers right there? That is Kenny Hilton, who came to a stop on the tires. 13 laps down, 7 to go. See if Colton Hardy can hold off Dennis Carey, who's charged his way up through the field and is now in the 2nd spot. Green flag back in the air. So they race off at turn number 2. It's Colton Hardy right now all by himself out front. Has about a half straightaway advantage over Dennis Carrier, who's getting pressure right now by Aaron Miller. Miller with a strong move on the outside, taking over the 2nd spot from Carrier. See Dustin Cormany loses a couple of spots to Dave Van Ness. Fall back to the 5th spot. Now he's trying to battle Van Ness back side by side off of turn number 2. Van Ness in the 6th car, Cormany in the 14. Carrier almost goes around Ryan Walter, nowhere to go, plows right on the side of him in the middle of turns 3 and 4. This Dennis Carrier running that 3rd spot, spins around. Ryan Walters just didn't see him there. Caution flag will fly. Hard contact made between those two drivers. Flag back in the air for Colton Hardy. See if he can hold off Aaron Miller. Is now going 3 wide behind him for that 3rd spot. Dave Van Ness down low in that 6th, along with Dustin Cormany up high. Garrett Gilkey was the man in the middle as Van Ness has snuck by Gilkey and Cormany. Cormany now trying to race Van Ness hard off of turn number 4 on the outside as Colton Hardy's pulled away from Aaron Miller. Battle still going on for that 3rd spot. Cormany up top. Dave Van Ness down low. Now Van Ness puts some distance between himself and Cormany, but Cormany going to fight right back through turns 3 and 4 on the high side. Now he finally takes over the 3rd spot at the line. See if he can't clear Van Ness as they race through turns 1 and 2. So they race off at turn number 2, still side by side. The 6th car of Van Ness, the 14 of Cormany. Battle for the 3rd spot. Aaron Miller right now in 2nd. Now Cormany finally clears Dave Van Ness, has Aaron Miller in his sights. So right now it's a tale of 2 different corners for Dustin Cormany. 3 and 4, he looks very good. On 1 and 2, though, kind of bobbling up a little bit. And now he's going to look to the inside of Aaron Miller. So he gets a good run off of turn number 4. Once again, goes through turns 1 and 2. Going to be able to complete the pass of Aaron Miller. So see if Dustin Cormany has anything for Colton Hardy. But time is running out as the white flag's in the air this time for Colton Hardy. So he races through turns 1 and 2 one last time. Half a lap away from victory here. You see Aaron Miller sparks fly from that car. He's going to lose a couple of spots to Van Ness and Gilkey as Colton Hardy brings on a turn number 4. He's going to win tonight's mini sprint main event over Dustin Cormany. All right, Colton Hardy, first night of the points season and able to go out there, lead flag to flag, and pull away with tonight's main event.
Yeah, it was a good race there. My cousin was behind me at that red. They said it over the radio. I didn't know we ended up finishing, but I hope we go 1-2 tonight. We had trouble with the car all night. Car wouldn't turn, still wouldn't turn out there in the main event, but we were able to hit the setup just enough where I could get around the track for 20 good laps.
And after, kind of a dismal winter challenge to come out here and put in victory lane first night of the points, has to feel good.
Oh, yeah, I felt great during that winter challenge. It was trying to kind of struggle. Tried a new motor, new fuel map, everything didn't quite work out. But coming out here and coming out with the win is really big.
Sponsors like that?
I like my mom, my dad, Jake 5, Bonnie, Bandit Racing, A&C Remodeling, MPS Race Engines. Let's see who else. Fife Racing, and everyone out there helping on this 41 car.
All right, thank you very much, Colton Hardy. Congratulations once again. Leads all 20 laps in tonight's main event.